every wave, a hidden network hums with power. What keeps the world connected might just be the most dangerous job you've never heard of. The world we see above water is only half the story. Millions rely on invisible arteries running silently beneath the oceans, gigantic cables that carry power, internet, even life itself. But installing and maintaining them, that's a battle with nature, technology, and human endurance. Today we're diving deep into the secrets of undersea cables, the daring crews that lay them, the specialized technology that keeps them alive, and the Navy divers who risk everything to recover planes, ships, and infrastructure lost beneath the waves. By the end of this video, you'll never look at the ocean the same way again. Before we dive in, make sure you hit subscribe, because the secrets we're uncovering today are just the tip of the iceberg. You don't want to miss what comes next. Across the globe, over 850,000 miles of undersea cables stretch from continent to continent. Some are massive power transmitters, others are delicate communication lines, faster than any satellite could dream of. They're the unsung backbone of modern civilization. Without them, internet calls would drop, power grids would collapse, and the world's financial systems would grind to a halt. And yet, as sophisticated as these cables are, the process of installing, repairing, and maintaining them is anything but simple. One wrong move, one miscalculated current, and years of work and millions of dollars can be destroyed in minutes. Take the Aran Islands off Ireland's west coast. Small, remote, and isolated, they rely entirely on undersea cables for power and communication. In 2016, disaster struck. A cable snapped. The islands went dark. No power, no internet, nothing. It might sound minor to a city dweller, but for the residents, it was catastrophic. Enter ESB International, the company tasked with the impossible, repairing a live 500 megawatt power line under the ocean. The repair wasn't just tough, it was insane. Divers had to work on the seabed while keeping massive connectors submerged and fully operational. So ESB invented the Underwater Habitat Repair Unit, essentially a dry chamber that lets divers work on the cable like it's in a sealed room. But it wasn't as simple as lowering it into the water. Divers trained for years, starting in pools, moving to simulations, until they could operate with precision under crushing pressure, zero visibility, and the relentless pull of the tide. The habitat works in two pieces, one above, one below the cable. Water is pumped out, creating a dry bubble. Divers insert their arms into built-in gloves, working in total isolation. Every wire, every bolt, every connection matters. One slip could fry the system or trap the diver. And this method, it's not just for one cable. Over time, it's been adapted for multiple cable types, from massive DC interconnectors to 3-core AC lines. But before repair comes installation, and laying undersea cables is a feat of engineering that reads like science fiction. Enter Boskalis Subsea, a company that built a ship designed solely for this purpose. Imagine a flat-bottomed behemoth, capable of operating close to shore or in open waters. A ship with a rotating cable turntable that can hold 5,000 tons of cable. That's more than most small towns weigh. Every cable is laid with surgical precision. The ship uses a tensioner to control the cable's speed along a pre-mapped seabed route, avoiding rocks, reefs, and natural hazards. At the endpoint, a winch lowers the cable through a pylon, bringing it ashore. A plow drags it into shallow sand, burying it to protect it from waves, storms, and human activity. And now, with offshore wind farms on the rise, these ships are more important than ever. Offshore turbines generate massive amounts of electricity, and without undersea cables, that energy stays trapped at sea. Boskalis and similar firms trench, lay, and connect these cables simultaneously from ship to shore, while land teams unroll miles of cable to substations. It's coordination on a level that makes a conductor's orchestra look easy. Offshore wind power isn't just convenient, it's far more powerful than land-based turbines. Water winds face fewer obstructions, meaning turbines spin harder, faster, longer. But all that energy is useless without cables tough enough to survive the ocean's fury. Submarine cables are built like tanks. They start as thick wires coated in multiple protective layers. Then they're bundled, insulated, armored. Designed to endure corrosion, crushing pressure, and predators like sharks that have been known to bite through lesser cables. These cables are the most resilient wiring humans have ever built. Yet even the best technology can fail. When it does, it's often up to a different breed of specialists. U.S. Navy divers. These aren't recreational divers in sleek wetsuits. They're highly trained professionals, performing tasks that would terrify even the most experienced tech engineers. The Navy has been pioneering underwater operations since the mid-1800s, beginning with salvage, ship repairs, and construction. By 1915, divers were reaching 274 feet below the surface, using staged decompression techniques that were revolutionary for their time. During World War II, Navy divers became indispensable. After Pearl Harbor, they rescued sailors trapped under sunken ships, retrieved munitions, and salvaged entire vessels. Today, training is rigorous. Coursework in dive operations, decompression treatment, hypothermia management, and operation of complex systems like the Mk-20 and Mk-21 diving suits. Communication isn't verbal. It's through umbilicals carrying both air and voice links to the surface. For deeper dives, emergency gas supplies serve as a lifeline in the abyss. Navy divers, or construction battalions, CBS, specialize in underwater construction, welding, demolition, and salvage. They operate pneumatic jackhammers, arc welders, and cutting tools, all designed for submerged work. Their projects are a delicate dance of physics. Water pressure, currents, and structural integrity all factored into every move. One of the riskiest operations, underwater demolition. CBS remove damaged structures, pier foundations, or debris with carefully placed explosives. Minimal collateral damage is the goal, but achieving it underwater requires surgical precision. Charges are calculated for pressure, tides, and structure, and every detonation is coordinated with the surface team. Inspection is another massive responsibility. Chains, buoys, anchors, and moorings are assessed using imaging tools and diagnostics. Broken parts are swapped, welds repaired, and critical naval infrastructure maintained, all underwater, often in near-zero visibility. Then there's the salvage work, recovering lost vessels or aircraft. For instance, on July 22, 2015, a Navy F/A-18 Super Hornet was swept off the USS Harry S. Truman by unusually strong winds. Divers recovered it piece by piece, stabilizing the wreck, coordinating with engineers, and ensuring nothing was lost to the ocean. A more recent operation involved a $140 million Poseidon maritime patrol plane that skidded off a runway in Hawaii on November 20, 2023. The aircraft ended up partially submerged, wedged among coral reefs. Divers from Mobile Diving and Salvage Unit 1 spent nearly 2 weeks planning a recovery that protected the fragile ecosystem while lifting the plane using inflatable lift bags and barge-mounted cranes. Every attachment point was calculated to distribute weight evenly. Every motion coordinated between divers, engineers, and environmental experts. By December 2nd, the aircraft was safely recovered. It's not just about recovering assets, it's about control. The ocean hides threats, loses, and critical infrastructure. Without these specialists, billions of dollars in equipment and years of strategic advantage could vanish into the depths. Even beyond the military, undersea cables and their repair crews keep our world functional. Every email, video call, and digital transaction travels through these hidden lines. Every megawatt from offshore wind farms rides them to our grids. And while the ocean seems calm from above, beneath the waves, it's chaos. Crushing pressure, jagged rocks, unpredictable currents, and human lives risking everything to tame it. Consider the scale. Thousands of miles of cable laid across oceans. Specialized ships capable of carrying 5,000 tons of wire. Divers working in pressurized habitats. Explosives placed with millimeter accuracy. All of this to connect islands to power, transmit energy from wind farms, and keep the Navy operational. The precision, danger, and coordination is staggering, and it's still evolving. New cable designs, robotics-assisted repairs, and environmental considerations are reshaping how humanity interacts with the deep sea. Offshore wind farms are expanding, New communication routes are being mapped, and the oceans remain both an ally and an adversary. Every cable repair, every salvage mission, every buried wire is a story of ingenuity, courage, and obsession. Companies like Boskalis and Navy, teams like MDSU, one push the boundaries of engineering and human endurance. And every mission leaves a mark, sometimes on the map, sometimes on history, sometimes on the people doing the work. Yet, for all the technology, it's humans who make it possible. Divers trained for years, engineers calculating every bend, crews coordinating under pressure. Without them, the cables would fail, the energy wouldn't flow, and the oceans would reclaim what humans try to tame. The next time you stream a video, send an email, or flip a light switch, remember, beneath the waves, battles are being fought, feats of engineering executed, and lives risked to keep the world running. Invisible, untouchable, but absolutely essential. From the Aran Islands to the wind farms off Europe's coasts, from Navy salvage missions in Hawaii to cable-laying ships crossing oceans, the ocean is not empty. It's alive with wires, power, and daring humans defying the depths. And every moment, that network grows, adapts, and protects the life above the waves. The oceans hide a world most of us never see, a world of cables, currents, and human courage. It's a network that keeps our world connected, our energy flowing, and our strategic assets safe. The technology is astonishing, the risks are immense, and the humans making it all work are extraordinary. Without them, civilization as we know it would grind to a halt. The ocean may seem calm, but beneath, it's a battlefield, a laboratory, and a lifeline all at once. If you thought this dive into the hidden world beneath the waves was intense, hit subscribe. There's a whole ocean of secrets waiting to be revealed.